Hello and welcome to Database Management Systems. I'm Jovita Christie, and in this video, I'm going to teach you the PL/SQL case statement. So let's begin. The case statement in PL/SQL chooses one sequence of statements to execute out of the many possible sequences. And a simple case statement evaluates a single expression and compares the result with some values. It has this type of a structure. Let's take a closer look at the syntax of the case statement. The selector is an expression which is evaluated once. The result of the selector is used to select one of the several alternatives. For example, selector value 1 and selector value 2. The selector values that are selector value 1, selector value 2, etc. are evaluated sequentially. If the result of a selector value equals the result of the selector, then the associated sequence of statements executes and the case statement ends. In addition, the subsequent selector values are not evaluated. If no values in where clauses match the result of the selector in the case clause, the sequence of statements in the else clause execute. Let's see all this better with an example. So for my switch case example, I want to show you a program where I will be entering a grade, and based on that grade, some remark will be generated. So for example, if the grade is A, then a remark excellent will be generated, and a grade is B, then it would be very good, and for C, it would be good, and for D, it would be fair, and then for the next grade, it would be poor. So these types of remarks I want to generate, and for that, I'm going to use the case statement in PL/SQL. So let's begin. So I'll begin here by, first of all, declaring the variables that I'm going to use. And I'm going to declare the grade variable as a character variable, and because it's only going to store 1, 2, 3, and so on, it's only going to store A, B, C, D, one character. I can mention that its size is 1. And once again, I can take this value from myself when I run this code. So I'm going to write down %grade, and then there's a rank. So rank or remark, in this case, I want to mention a variable remark, which would be of the type variable character of size 20. This would be generated by the program. And then I can write my executable block. In the executable block, I'm going to check what the grade actually is. So in this case, I will mention the case grade. Now, this is the actual statement, the case grade statement. What it shows is case is the keyword, and the variable on which I want to apply the case is called grade. So it's going to apply all these things on the grade variable. So what I'm going to do inside is check out what exactly the case is supposed to be. So when A, then. Now notice here I've written A with single quotes. So single quotes are written because A, the variable grade is a character type variable. So I am writing single quotes. If it is not character type and you're using a number, then you can skip the single quotes and just mention the number. Now in this case, notice the keyword when, because we are not using the normal keywords that we used with if statements. When is a new keyword that is used with the case statement. So if this grade is A, then what I want done is assign to remark the word excellent. So the remark will be excellent if the grade is A. Now, Next, I want to check if the grade is B. If the grade is B, then I want my remark to be equal to very good. And if the grade is C, then I want the remark to be equal to good. Then what I have is D. So if the grade is D, then I want the remark to be fair. And these are all characters, so single quotes are compulsory. Then if the grade is, after this point, if the grade is F, F means the person failed, then I just want, I'm not going to grade E, I'm just writing F directly. So then I want the remark to be poor. And finally, you can end this switch case with else. So what happens is, if the grade is neither A, B, C, D, or F, then it will go to the else part. And in the else part, what I want printed is the remark, no such grade. And that is where my case statement is over. So when the case statement is over, or the case block is over, you can mention end case. So this will make sure that your case block is properly ended. And once it is ended, now you can go ahead and print the value of the remark variable. So here I'm going to print dbms output dot put underscore line, and I'm going to print the variable remark. Once all this is over, obviously I'm going to end the executable block, and my code is now ready to run. So I just have to copy all this and go to my SQL command line. Make sure you are clearing the screen, and in this case, because I'm running it for the first time, after opening my command line, I'm going to do set server output on, and so should you. Once this is done, right click, edit, and paste. And you can see the code is pasted. I just have to now hit /. That will run my code. It is asking me for the value of grade, and I'm going to enter grade A. Remember to enter the value also with single quotes, and this is case sensitive because it's only going to match with capital A, B, C, D, F. It will not match with the small letters. So this is capital 1, and you can see that here excellent is getting printed. Excellent is printed because the grade was A. Now let's try for some other values. So I can hit / and run the code again, and this time I can enter the grade C. It gives me an error here because I did not enter it with single quotes. So let me insert it once again. So /. I'm going to enter / once again, this time C with single quotes. And you can see this time it is printing the remark here, good. So you can go ahead and fiddle with it and try your own values. I'm going to show one more thing here, that I want to enter a grade, let's say something that's not present here, G. Then it says no such grade because the else portion of my switch of my case is actually executing. So this is how the case statements work in PL/SQL. PL/SQL raises a case not found error if you don't specify an else clause, and the result of the case expression does not match any value in the when clauses. This behavior of the case statement is much different than what you might have noticed in the if-then statement of PL/SQL. When the if-then statement has no else clause and the condition is not met, then PL/SQL will do nothing instead of raising an error as it does in the case of a case statement. Now let me show you what happens when you omit the else part. So this is my code, and from this code I'm going to remove the else block that is given here because it's not compulsory anyway. So let's remove the else block. And now without the else block, I'm going to copy this code and go to my command line and once again clear the screen and right click and paste this code and hit /. So it's going to ask me for the grade. This time I'm going to again enter the grade G, which is not present. And you can see it gives me an error that says case not found while executing the case statement at line 16. So you see this case statement in PL/SQL raises an error when it does not find what it's looking for. And this is a lot different than when you do the if statement in PL/SQL. So in the if statement, you will notice this thing working in a different manner, and that's what happens. So case statements generally can be replaced by just if and else if statements if you want. This just makes it look a little bit neater. So if you want to just make your code a little bit neater and you have lots of choices, then you can use a case statement. But if your choices are limited to maybe say 3 choices, then you can use an if else if type of a structure. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.